Sometimes I feel that, I'm not part of this society and I don't really belong to society, you know. I think I'm destined to be a loner, to be an introvert, to be a person that who doesn't have a companion, who doesn't have anyone. This is what's happened to the crop. Because of the extreme heat, I'm sure the farmer's going to lose lots of money, going to lose lots of crop. So yeah, it's a bad thing for farmers and for gardeners as well, I suppose. I can hear Betty in the distance barking. She's just crazy, she just cannot just stand the idea of me going out and her not being with me. She's got, as I said, like that separation anxiety. In case you don't know, Betty's my dog. I think most of you know who Betty is, but in case somebody's just watching and they don't know, I've got 2 German Shepherds. I take turns in taking them out. This is Dulga, and I've got Betty at home. Dulga's the male and Betty's the female. We've had Betty for about 3 years now. Male for about 1.5 years, something like that. If you look at all it's all destroyed. I assume it should be all green, but it's, I don't know, it's like 50 or 60% black. Let me show you. Here you could really see. And so the farmer must have lost a lot of money this year. It's bloody closed. It's completely closed. Even the pharmacy is closed, but this is, I think they're closed for lunch. No luck. Everything seems to be closed because it's lunchtime now. So what I'm going to do, as I said, now I will... Okay guys, so it seems like everything is closed because it's lunchtime now, so they close for an hour or so. So what I'm going to have to do, as I said before, now I really have to preempt a lack of medicine or whatever, preempt the fact that I don't have any medicine. I'm not going to get any medicine. So, and yeah, go to Norwich, go to the Tesco in Norwich, and they have Nexium. Come back, see my dad for a little bit. Come back, go to the... Where should I go? Go to see the doctor, see what they say. Maybe make an appointment, and then see my dad. Yeah, so going back to today's video, how I'm feeling. I don't know, I felt quite sad yesterday, I think it's the realization that, my life isn't going the way I thought it would go, and about my wife and my relationships, I'm not really good at relationships. I'm not good with basic relationships, like even making friends and, even small talk. Everyone's good at small talk. Yeah, I tend to get in trouble because I don't have that experience, so I think I'm destined to be a loner, to be an introvert, to be a person that who doesn't have a companion, who doesn't have anyone. You say, oh, you might say, why not have a dog? You have a dog, example, you have your dogs. That's true, I have my dogs, but even them, you know, they're a problem. They're a problem for me as well. You know, when they start barking and start and going nuts. You know, like when my Betty, the female German Shepherd, when she starts yelping, you know, and going crazy because I've just gone out to the supermarket or whatever, and I can't take her with me, then, you know, I just can't take that noise. You know, I can't take that stress. It is stressful. So I don't know what to do. You know, it's too much for me. I suppose, you know, I've been focusing on my wife, and my relationship with my wife it's terrible, really. You know, I pick up on things, on negative things that she does, and, you know, maybe I should be just, you know, I could also pick up on the positive things that she does. And in my mind, I think, yeah, there isn't much. Okay, but maybe if I can find one or two things, three things, and focus on those things, or even if there isn't anything that I feel good about her now, you know, in the past we were in love, we had children, we had nice times in China and here in London, you know, so, you know, if I can anchor myself, if I can latch onto those things, then maybe I'll see her in a different light. You know, I see her differently. You know, but by focusing on bad things, you know, my brain is just going to be a swirl of thought, and it's going to be negative. I'll end up like crying or feeling sad, angry, and every time I deal with her, every time I talk to her, it's going to be in anger, you know, with anger, sorry. And I don't want to do that. I realise that, you know. Yesterday I said to her, I don't know, I was sarcastic. I said, the house looks really clean today. Or, you know, have you seen, you know, what your daughter did? She cleaned the TV table. You know, and obviously, you know, she gets defensive. I don't have to look at it. I know what my daughter did, or whatever. You know, and an argument starts. It's not really an argument starting. You know, it's just an argument continued from the day before, and the day before that, and the week before that, and the months before that, and the years before that. It's not as if there's a stop to it. It's a constant, continuous thing. And I'm fucked, because I feel that I'm stuck. I can't get out. I can't get out of this situation. Oh my God. You know, sometimes I feel that, you know, I'm not part of this society, and I don't really belong to society, you know. I feel like, you know, like Tarzan, the story of Tarzan, when they shaved him down, and they dressed him up, and then he goes into society, and then he realizes that he's out of his depth. He can't function in society. He doesn't know what to say. He's not supposed to get angry, but gets angry sometimes, and doesn't know how to talk to people, and wants to just tear his suit off, his clothes off, and go back to the jungle. I feel like that sometimes, you know, really feel like that. So, you know, I just went to the GP clinic, and they said on Friday she will call me again, the doctor, and they gave me some medication for a few days. So I went to the pharmacy next door, and it was full of people, you know, and I was having a discussion with a lady about taking the vaccine, not taking. She was all for it, of course. And I thought, okay, all right then. And that's what we were talking about. And the queue went all the way outside. So I got out of the queue, and a lady said to me, I'll keep your place in the queue and you can wait outside. I said, thank you very much. And then, so what happened was, the queue was all the way up. There were two ladies outside, so I was talking to them. And this guy came in, this short guy with a hat, and he was on his phone, all grumpy. As he went in, I said to one of the ladies, oh, he's going to find out that the queue's outside. He turned around and like pissed off. He said, what did you say? I said, I'm not talking to you. I was talking to the ladies here. I was just saying that you're going to find out that the queue's outside. And he said, or something like that. So I said to him, look, don't act like that with me. You're going to find out that you're not hard. You're not fucking hard as you think you are. So I said some bullshit like that, something stupid, something really aggressive, So then he went to the back of the queue, and I had my eye on him. I had my eye, and I thought, if he fucking moves, that's it. So then the lady called me. I went inside, and I tell you, I was fuming. I was sweating. I was ready to, the fight or flight response, run or fight. So I spoke to the person behind the counter, and they said, oh, can you wait a little bit? I thought, oh God. So I had to sit down and wait. And so the queue kept going forward. Then this guy was inside the pharmacy. He was looking on his phone. I kept checking to see, if he looks at me or if he says anything to me or where he is anyway. So, I was sweating inside there, and I just wanted to leave. I didn't want anything bad to happen. So whilst I was waiting, on the left-hand side, there was a lady with her two kids. And I had my piece of paper, although it was an important paper. I folded it up into an airplane, and I made an airplane for them because she couldn't control them. They were opening and closing the door, pressing the button. The young boy, Owen, he was about 4, and the older girl, she was about 7 or 6 or 7. And she started playing with the airplane and throwing it around. Yeah, had a nice time with them, and then the one guy called me and he said I had to fill in a form. So I filled in a form, and I had to pass the guy that I had a problem with. And so I filled everything, and then my mind, because those kids calmed me down, and I was smiling. I was quite happy with them. I got my medicine, and as I left, I passed the guy and I tapped him behind his back, and I said to him, "Sorry, mate." And he said, "Oh, okay." And then I left. And so I'm happy about that I apologized, and nothing happened, and he didn't feel too bad. He realized that I I made the mistake. But when I tapped him on the back and I looked at him, I saw the face of someone in fear, he was soft and he was kind. He had kind eyes, and he was just scared, basically. So when I said, "I'm sorry, mate," and he said, "Oh, okay," like that. He wasn't the hard man, that he appeared to be at the beginning, or the grumpy one. It was all, how do you say it, submissive. And I felt sad about that someone's scared of me. And I don't like that. I don't like that about me, that I can be so aggressive, so I can switch from a nice person to violent like an animal. If I need to be, if I really needed to be, like to save my life or to save my life of my kids, something like that, The problem is knowing when to switch that on and off. If you become super sensitive and you have anxiety, anyone crossing your path can switch this on, and then I have to realize, no, there's no danger, and I have to tell my body to back down, my brain to back down, know that everything's okay. I know this is part of my anxiety, and yeah, the guy was just grumpy, that's all, and miserable. You said, oh, even if you said something bad, I should have just laughed at it, or just smiled and just kept talking to those ladies. I'd like to be like that, but why am I so aggressive? And I know it's to do with anxiety. I have an anxiety state, an anxiety problem. Even when I'm driving, if someone's too close to me, like tailgating me, that's it. Fucking hell. As soon as anybody it tailgates me, I accelerate, I do sharp turns, I kind of in my mind I egg them on. I say, okay, come on, then you wanna overtake me, then overtake me. Basically racing, I don't want to race with anyone. It's too bloody dangerous. But I feel threatened when somebody comes so close to me. You know, like the bumper of my car is here and they come so close. Like they're pushing me, you know, put me under pressure to move forward. And so now I've been saying to myself, okay, this is a speed limit, 30 or 40 miles per hour, or, you know, 60. I'm doing the limit. If they want to overtake me, they can overtake me. You know, if they want to come close to me, okay, let them come close. I'm not gonna be put under pressure. Yeah, I felt so afterwards, so sad. You know, so many emotions. First, I nearly exploded with that guy, and I was ready to smash something. And then I played with those children, and I calmed down. And I said sorry to him, and my heart felt really good. You know, I just told him that he's all right. I didn't want him to go home thinking that, I don't know, some aggressive person like put him down or anything. You know, now I'm thinking like this. Oh, okay, that's somebody's son. That's somebody's, I don't know, boyfriend or husband or whatever. But at the time, I don't think anything. It's just like my reptilian or ancient brain, some primal bullshit switches on, and like my frontal lobes are just, a curtain just closes. That's it. I don't see anything. It's like an ancient man comes to the fore, and he doesn't do much thinking. He just does things. And I'm fighting to stop that from happening. You know, like the Incredible Hulk. In the 70s, growing up, I used to watch the Incredible Hulk. And David Banner used to say, "Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry." He said to Mr. McGee, this guy this reporter who used to always seem to know when there were Hulk sightings, and he used to try and find out who was the Hulk, who the person was that he changes from. You know, I'm going to go and see my dad now. See you guys in a bit.